All right. Good morning, everyone. It is 7:15 a.m. Cheers to you if you've got a little tea, a little coffee. I've got a little coffee here. And yeah, today is day 5 of our 21 Days of Gratitude initiative. We're going to have our little movement practice, although I've sort of been calling this a gratitude practice. It's a morning gratitude practice, but we're infusing some movement to wake up our bodies, to wake up our brains, our minds, and to remind ourselves that even throughout the day, not just in the morning, but throughout the day, there are moments to pause, to reflect, and to hold space for gratitude. All right. So I'm going to give it about 30 more seconds for folks to continue joining in. Otherwise, we are going to not use a whole lot of props today. If you do have yoga blocks, let me put this lovely thing down. If you do have yoga blocks, have 2 of your yoga blocks with you. It may be helpful, but it may not, we may not need it at all. So it's nice to have nearby. It could even be like some books or some large cans, but really it's not a big deal. What we want is access to our own bodies. That's all we need. We have our own bodies, our own space, and that's all you need to begin your movement practice. Today we're going to begin seated, all right? So let's take a moment. One of our focuses today in terms of gratitude is gratitude for what we have, gratitude for all of the things that we have. And so as we sit up tall, wherever you might be, take a little moment, adjust your seat, take any little wiggles, but we're going to leave our eyes open for the beginning of this practice. We're going to keep our eyes soft but open. And I'm going to invite you to take a look around. And you're noticing color, you're noticing light. And I want you to also notice the objects in your house, how they are or why they are there, what meaning they might have, or maybe they have no meaning at all. But just taking a look around. Just for about 30 more seconds. Can you look around on your own? Just pause. Don't move so quickly, but notice any little details about your space. How many details can you pick up about the light, the furniture in your space? Maybe something special that comes up. I have a bouquet of flowers at the end of this piano table that is from my wedding. And so just noticing these little details. Patterns on carpets, patterns on curtains. Once you've looked around, can you come back to you? Can you close your eyes? And can you hold gratitude for all of the things that you've just looked at, all of the little details that you've just seen? Taking a breath in through the nose. You now just experience your body in the space that it's in, your space. And maybe you're in another space, but in this moment, that little space is yours. There was something that you did perhaps to get you to whatever place you are. Maybe you're home, maybe you're in a hotel today. It's still your space. I'm going to invite you now to place one hand over your chest and heart and the other hand over the belly. Meet your breath, the life force, the energy that's moving through you. The breath, the life force that also helps to guide us. It also helps us practice good judgment so that we can decide what are the things that we need, what are the things that we want. And there are times for those things we need and also for those things we want. So maybe it's about holding gratitude also for yourself, your energy, and your breath. The next breath, tuck the chin towards the chest, bowing to your space, to your practice. And then soften the hands down, let them relax over your knees or thighs. Lift your gaze again, maybe blinking a couple of times. Then you can take a look around your room again. See all those pretty little things that you noticed before. Give a little nod of gratitude. And then we're actually going to begin the rest of the movement with the lower body. We've been having a little focus on upper body movement. We're going to focus a little bit on lower body today. And how we're going to start there is by letting the left leg open out. Let's actually get both legs out. Let's start with a little wide leg stance or with a little wide leg seam. You can wiggle the feet around. You can shake the legs out, bring a little bit of movement and circulation. But also invite your feet, say good morning to your ankles, to your toes. Good. Beautiful. And now we're going to bring the hands behind us. Let your feet relax, maybe even point your feet. Good. But then we're going to bend the knees, and we're going to windshield wiper towards the left. And then we're going to do a little windshield wiper towards the right. So here, I'm going to make this a little flowy, a little dancey. Rotating the legs from one side to the other. What we're actually doing is rotating our hips. We're getting into the hip socket, particularly the internal rotation of the outer hip. So if we're facing the left, your right leg is internally rotating. So focus on pointing. Focus on that tracking leg. Let that leg take its time. It also takes its time pulling back out. It takes its time pointing in. Good. Now we're going to play a little tug of war. Everybody knows tug of war. We used to play it a lot as a kid. Let's keep our knees over towards the right side, but your left knee is going to come up. And here's where tug of war happens. Your left leg wants to keep going, but your right knee wants to stay. Your left leg wants to go, your right knee wants to stay. Keep going, and then eventually the left one wins. The right one is going to point down. The purpose of this is to start to activate our muscles, to start to contract the muscles a little bit more. So you'll notice that you can pick up your right leg now, but there's a stopping point. If this leg doesn't go, this leg can't go, right? So focus on that stopping point for a moment, that stretch, where you're trying to pull the right leg back. Your left leg doesn't let you, but it does, and then you eventually go, right? So we start to add that dynamic stretch to it. Pull, trying to wait for the last second, and here it is. Good. Pull, stretching out those hips, and then let it go. Beautiful. So after you've done that sort of deep hold, go ahead and just roll, dance it out for the last time. Then we'll stay with the knees. We're going to stay in this pinwheel variation, so this little pinwheel seat. Just keep your knees pointing towards the left side. From there, we can start to walk the hands around. And wherever you can place your forearms, you don't have to face exactly to the side of your mat. Wherever your forearms might go, this is also a place where your yoga blocks can help you. If your forearms feel like or the floor feels too far, you can be here. And so it's like a little casual pigeon pose without doing pigeon pose the whole way. Just taking a little moment. You can adjust, you can make it deeper if you want to explore more of pigeon pose. Otherwise, this can be it. Or you can crawl fingers a little further. Yeah. Good. Once you notice that work, we're going to walk back. We're going to keep our pigeons active, no sleepy pigeons, and take them over to the other side now. So as you roll to the other side, you can either take your blocks, but you can also just place your forearms on the ground. So anywhere here. You can also twist further. The further you go, perhaps the more stretch you'll feel. But just because you don't feel a particular stretch doesn't mean that the joint isn't receiving the benefits of the movement. So don't worry too much about the stretch sensation. Focus more on the joint mobility. Good. We'll walk the hands back now. And then we're just going to leave the legs coming back to a seat, coming to sit up nice and tall. Good. Let's add the spine now. Round your spine, tuck your chin, sit back. And chest forward. Round your spine, chest back. Chest forward, our seated cat-cow. And just one more breath. Beautiful. Let's come to all fours, tabletop position next. And I always like to warm up the wrists. Anytime that I come on to use my hands, I want to stretch my hands a little bit by making a bunch of hand prints all over my mat or my carpet or the floor. Can you use the back of your hand and your palm to get your wrist nicely warmed up? Good. Then we can leave the palms supporting us here. Send your left leg back behind you. Lift that leg off the floor. Can you let it be an extension of your spine, an extension of your tailbone, reaching back? Now we can stay here, just holding this balance, or shift the weight towards your left hand so your right hand can find a little balance, a little lift. Good. Furthermore, you can also dance the legs, the limbs that are floating. Can they dance around a little bit? Can they move without your spine? It's okay if you wobble a little bit, that's fine. We're trying to keep the spine a little still and just the limbs that are floating to move around. And then just switch sides. First, we start with a little balance, a slow sort of introduction. The leg can come up first. You start to set your foundation to feel balanced and supported for your left hand to move out next. And then you can add some curious movement to it if you'd like. Just notice how your trunk, your core, is actually involved in supporting you here. Good, nice and easy. And then release feet and hands back down. Let's take a little moment to tuck the toes. Take a little cow pose. And take a cat pose round your spine. You can do that one more time, or you can just stay here. We're going to go next into downward facing dog. So we have the toes tucked. Can we push the ground away, lifting the pelvis? Pedal out your feet, see if that feels good. Check out how the ankles are doing. Good. Start to come back to tabletop position. And then send your right or your left leg. Let's do the left leg first. Send your left leg forward. Bring the trunk up to a low lunge. This left foot, as it's planted on the floor in front of you, can you drag it back? And notice how dragging your foot back pulls you forward. And then you can push it back. So let's rock a little bit. But the reason we're rocking is because our foot is pulling us. And then it pushes us away. Your left foot pulls you. And then you can push it away. One more time. Pull, pull, pull. Push it away. And now the next time that you pull yourself forward, find a place where you can feel stable. Squeeze those leg muscles. They're keeping you stable here so that your hands, if you want, you can stay at your hips, or your hands can come up. Lifting up the heart, little back bend here. Good. As you bring your hands down, can you bring your right hand to the floor and your left arm up for a twist? You can bring your gaze upwards. Heel to your left foot out of the way as your left hand comes down. And we're going to switch sides. The right leg comes forward. We come up to our low lunge. The right foot firmly seals down, and your toes, all the muscles of your feet are contracting to pull you, to drag you. Your heel drags back. Push the leg away. We're waking up the lower body a little bit, waking up the hamstrings a bit too. Pull, glide your foot back. Feel the grip of your foot against the floor. All right, good. Now the next time that you come forward, keep engaging your muscles. Your foot is still active. Don't let it go to sleep here so that your pelvis can stay steady where it is. The arms can either stay at the hips or they can come up. Let's take one last breath. Your hands can come back down, but your left hand is going to find the floor a little bit off to the left side a little bit. Give yourself some room to rotate, and the right arm comes up. Good. Start to circle the hand down. Heel toe the right foot out of the way. Come back to your tabletop position and take your final cycle, either of cat-cow. If downward dog is a happy place for you, come back to that downward facing dog now, and you can pedal out the knees. Or you can stay and do your last rock around in your tabletop. And now that we've engaged this movement, our heart, our breath, it's all dancing together. I'm going to invite you to come to a little stillness. Bring your knees closer together so you can find a seat once more. And we'll seal our morning movement practice with a moment of gratitude, with a moment of reflection with our breath. As we find this stillness, our heart and breath are still dancing, digesting what we created just a moment ago. Just let the breath ride out on its own for a moment. Your eyes can be closed. And you just experience yourself, your energy now. Step into your heart and mind space. And in that space, can you hold room for gratitude once more? Thinking of the space that you're in, you hold gratitude for the things around you, for the things you have. this gratitude guide you throughout your day. Let's take 3 breaths to seal our practice together. Your hands can be as they are, or they can come to heart center and Anjali Mudra or prayer mudra. Let's take a breath in through the nose and empty it completely. A breath in through the nose. Cleansing breath out. It could be through the mouth. It could be an audible breath. Last one. Exhale completely. Perhaps bowing to your space, to your practice. Let us hold gratitude for the practice of yoga, for the wisdom that we receive through dedicated practice. And may each of you recognize that the best teacher is yourself. May you all have a wonderful rest of your day, going on from day 5, 21 days of gratitude. Take this with you and remember to pause during the middle of the day and see if that gratitude is still within your heart. All right? Take care, everyone.